Marvelous hello there, Nintendo fans, and welcome to, the episode where I reveal that I am such a big fan of Arlo that I ripped off his style for the purposes of making this video. Look, I don't really talk about Nintendo stuff a lot on the channel, but today I wanted to talk about a subject very near and dear to my heart, the future of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. For those of you that still don't know, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE is a game that was first announced as a crossover between the Shin Megami Tensei series and the Fire Emblem series. People were excited. I was excited. But the game we ended up getting was a completely new concept about the Japanese entertainment industry. People were less excited, and it showed. The game ended up selling pretty poorly in both Japan and the States, and I mean poor by Wii U standards, so yeah. It didn't matter that the game was visually gorgeous, with well-built RPG mechanics, the damage was done. But there's no denying that one thing the Switch has been doing for Wii U games is giving them a second chance at success. As of right now, all of the following Wii U games either have been ported to the Switch or have them on the way. So the first thing I propose is simple: a port of Tokyo Mirage Sessions for the Switch. Tokyo Mirage Sessions got a lot of flack for not feeling like a proper Megaten game. Well then, to you, I say this: what is more Megaten than getting an enhanced port? I'd like to take this moment to remind you all that at the time of making this video, there are at least 3 versions of Nocturne, 3 Persona 3s, 2 Persona 4s, literally every Megaten game for the Nintendo DS got a 3DS enhanced version, and even Shin Megami Tensei 4 and Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse just got bundled together and re-released last month in Japan. And all that is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, come on people, enhanced ports are as Megaten as Jack Frost at this point. But it wouldn't be much of an enhanced port without enhancements, right? So let's discuss what could, nay, should, go into this port. For starters, include all of the DLC. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And let me be clear that when I say all of it, I mean all of it. Nintendo of America, I like to believe you're giving us a little bit more credit these days, and come on, I mean, if we can handle this, we can definitely handle a few characters in swimsuits talking to one another. Which brings me to my next point: more costumes. For a game all about the razzle and dazzle of Japanese pop culture, I remember being very disappointed by the lack of costumes the game had on offer. Sure, some characters like Tsubasa and Toma had a fair amount to choose from, but other characters felt underutilized in that field. For starters, how come only 4 characters got Atlas costumes? Dress Mamori up like Asahi, let Ellie sharpshoot as Izuna, or give Yashiro a Demonica suit. Every character deserves a costume from this set. And why just stop at Atlas stuff? How about we incorporate some Fire Emblem costumes as well? This would also be a really great and easy way to have some amiibo support, as there are more than enough Fire Emblem amiibo to give everyone a unique costume. Itsuki, Robin, Tsubasa, Lucina, Toma, Ike, Kiria, Celica, Ellie, Roy, Mamori, Tiki, Yashiro, Korin. Come on Nintendo, it's all there. Beyond costumes, I think they should just expand everything else a little bit as well. More enemies, more weapons, more duo skills. There's always a little more to add to what's already there. One of my notes when I reviewed Tokyo Mirage Sessions was that I liked how some of the weapons were named and modeled after Megaten demons, but I wish there'd been more. Well, a port is a great place to include that. But of course, I don't think a few flashy new costumes or a handful of extra weapons are going to suddenly boost the game's sales. Sure, a few Switch owners who passed on the Wii U might be interested. I don't think we've got enough to draw in those who already owned the game before, or those who were maybe on the fence the first time around. Which is why I want to throw out my biggest suggestion: an additional party member. As I mentioned before, Megaten ports are nothing new, and incorporating a new character into these ports is also nothing new. From Marie to Alex to everyone's favorite, Dante from Devil May Cry, this would not be out of the ordinary for an enhanced Megami Tensei game. And that's not even counting characters added to epilogue stories like Metis or Miyako. But who should this new character be? What type of character could be wedged into the story in a way that feels organic? To answer these questions, I suggest we look to the art book that came with the special edition of the game. I've talked in the past about how it bothered me that at one point Maiko Shimazaki, the head of Fortuna Entertainment, was originally planned to be a playable character but was scrapped late into development. As much as I like Maiko and wouldn't mind seeing her as a playable character, I think her role in the story is a little too established, and she couldn't make that drastic change without completely retooling a lot of the game. But the seeds of what Maiko would have done as a party member are there, and so I propose that the port of Tokyo Mirage Sessions introduces us to Maiko's niece. Or a nephew could work too, but for this video, I'll be sticking with niece. By bringing in this previously unmentioned relative, they could have all the established elements that would have made Maiko like the other party members, such as her last name meaning Dancing Child, and she'd fit right in with the Fire Emblem Dancer class. Her Mirage partner would obviously be Olivia, whose design in this game I'd love to see, and this would give us an even blend of Shadow Dragon vs. Awakening characters in the party. The best part is that with how Tokyo Mirage Sessions structured its story, it wouldn't even be that difficult to bring her in. Since the game operates in chapters that don't directly connect to each other chronologically, simply adding a new chapter to introduce her with a new dungeon and a new villain wouldn't disrupt the game's flow at all. Simply change the established chapters 4, 5, and 6 to 5, 6, and 7 and make a whole new chapter 4. It wouldn't even feel out of place, and they'd just have to include her in the already finished events following her introduction. This would be a huge upgrade to the original game. It can appeal to people who were on the fence about it, or just Switch owners who didn't own Wii U's, while also possibly drawing in fans of the original game. A brand new party member doesn't just give us a new playable character and Mirage design, it gives us more story, a whole new set of weapons, potentially new battle strategies with new skills, 3 more side stories, and if they're feeling really ambitious, much like Marie, Alex, and yes, even Dante, expand the ending of the game even further. Like, in the original game, if you wanted the true ending, you had to do all the character side quests, but maybe in this game, if you do all those and the new characters, you can get the truer ending, with even more action to wrap up the story. So yeah, that's some stuff I think could really spice up a port. But this video isn't about the port of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, it's the future of Tokyo Mirage Sessions. While I do think this port would be a great way to test the waters, to see if the series would do any better on the Switch, I'd also like to throw out the possibility of a sequel. Now I can already hear some of you in the comments saying, Strain, I don't want more Japanese pop stars, why would you want a sequel to that? Which brings me to the main point I want to make. It doesn't have to be pop stars. A sequel to Tokyo Mirage Sessions could do just about anything. Shin Megami Tensei went from a nihilistic apocalypse to exploring a demon realm growing out of Antarctica. Persona went from a murder mystery inside a TV world to Phantom Thieves. Devil Survivor went from a demon lockdown caused by using music to summon demons through the internet to fending off an alien invasion with magic dragons. And I just now realize how weird those last ones sound when I say them out loud. My point is, anyone who thinks a sequel to Tokyo Mirage Sessions would have to focus on pop stars again is gravely underestimating the potential the series holds. A sequel could focus on the world of sports, or video games, or even underground crime scenes with Yakuza members teaming up with Mirages. Or heck, throw it all out the window and let's do the opposite. Rather than having a bunch of magic Fire Emblem characters appear in the real world, have real humans suddenly find themselves in the magical Fire Emblem world. As far as I'm concerned, Tokyo Mirage Sessions only needs 3 things. Tokyo, Mirages, and Sessions, which hopefully any future games, port or sequel, will allow us to skip the animations for, cause, whew, that got tiring fast. Many people, myself included, who were turned off by the original game's premise, still found themselves enjoying the gameplay. A sequel could easily expand upon all of that in any number of new and exciting ways. But naturally, such a project would be expensive, and it'd be a huge risk on Nintendo's part considering the backlash on the first title. Which is why I vote port first to see if reactions improve at all, then sequel. And at the very least, come on, can we at least get some of the Tokyo Mirage Sessions characters in Fire Emblem Heroes? Which, I don't think I'm going to be able to play with the new puppet body. The, fleece fingers don't work so well with the touchscreen. This is going to take some getting used to.